जी
शिवम तिवारी जी, वेलकम टू एग्जाम ट्रेजरी।
जी।
और
थैंक
सबसे
यू।
पहले जो है जेएनयू क्रैक करने के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई हो। तो
थैंक यू
एक
अगेन।
इंट्रोडक्शन अपने बारे में दे दीजिए कि आपने अपना ग्रेजुएशन कहाँ से किया था, और फिर आपने कहाँ कहाँ अप्लाई किया था, क्या क्या आपकी चॉइसेस थी, सो दैट कि एक
जी
जनरल आइडिया लग जाए स्टूडेंट्स को आपके बारे में।
जी, मेरा नाम शिवम तिवारी है। मैं रहने वाला अंबेडकर नगर का हूँ। मैंने
अच्छा।
अपनी ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट की नेशनल पीजी कॉलेज लखनऊ यूनिवर्सिटी फ्रॉम लखनऊ। एंड
हम्म।
मैंने एग्जाम सीयूईटी पीजी और डीयू, ये दोनों के लिए मैंने फॉर्म भरा था, क्योंकि आई हैड टू डू यूपीएससी। सो
हम्म।
for that I needed to go to Delhi. Therefore I was looking for colleges, the best colleges that Delhi could provide me. So I had
हम्म।
tried in JNU and in
हम्म।
DU.
हम्म।
So, and that's how I got selected.
और अभी आपका एडमिशन IRAM में हुआ, इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन में हुआ है।
जी जी।
हम्म। तो शिवम जी, इसकी तैयारी आपने कैसे स्टार्ट की, कब स्टार्ट की?
एक्चुअली तैयारी ये थी कि मैंने सिंसियर तैयारी है। मैंने सिर्फ स्टार्टिंग मतलब एग्जाम से आई वुड से 3 से 4 महीने पहले, आई मीन सिंसियरली 3 से 4 महीने पहले शुरू की। और
हम्म।
बुक्स थी, टेक्स्ट बुक्स एंड अदर मटेरियल दैट आई कुड गैदर, वो सब मैंने लिया। बट यू नो द इस बार क्योंकि पैटर्न काफी चेंज था, और हमें
हम्म।
तो पता भी नहीं था कि सीयूटी पीजी के साथ साथ ले लेंगे जेएनयू में।
हम्म।
तो पैटर्न काफी चेंज हो रहा था, तो मुझे पता नहीं था, बिकॉज आई वॉज प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर पॉलिटिकल साइंस। So
हम्म।
I was not even, I didn't think I will attempt IR, because I thought that with textbook knowledge I could very easily qualify for political science. But
हम्म।
this time as the syllabus changed और फिर उन्होंने एक ही पेपर में तीनों का कट ऑफ गिरा था, तो
हम्म।
फिर then I thought कि now I have to practice questions about all of them. And so
हम्म।
some short about international relation I had to prepare it from the internet, some copies of it, some copies that I got from internet. I
हम्म।
prepared my international relations part from there. And the books, since the books by international relations, those books were very, bulky, kind of
हम्म।
just in the last moment. But I mean, they are standard books, but yet they are quite bulky in if you are preparing in the last moment. So I thought that preparing questions and more and more questions about IR would help me gather whatever I know, whatever little I know about. So I
हम्म।
prepared for it, and then I was looking for you, and then I found exam treasury, and the paper you were, I mean, providing about it everywhere, and the standard of question I would again stress, because I tried many of question papers, but the standard of paper that you provided,
हम्म।
that was very helpful, because it challenged you, and I had to go again and again and mug up all the theories and the concepts that could
हम्म।
help me, and those really helped me.
सो शिवम जी, एक चीज जो बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट जिनका क्वालिफिकेशन नहीं हो पाया, और
जी
बहुत सारे लोगों से जब हम लोगों ने बात की कि क्या प्रॉब्लम थी, क्यों आपके एंड से क्या इश्यूज थे, तो एक चीज जो निकल के आया, और उसको भी आपने अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी में बोला बोला कि अगर चैलेंज हो रहा था, क्वेश्चन जो आप सॉल्व नहीं कर पा रहे थे, तो आप वापस जा रहे थे अपने टेक्स्ट की और उसको रिवाइज करना। लेकिन एक चीज वही जो जितनी स्टूडेंट्स का नहीं सिलेक्शन हो पाया, उनसे बात करने से पता चला कि उन लोगों ने भी टेस्ट सीरीज लिया था, उन लोगों ने भी क्वेश्चन देखा, लेकिन अंतर बस इतना था कि उन्होंने सॉल्व नहीं किया, उन्होंने क्वेश्चन देख लिया, उनको लगा कि मुझे क्वेश्चन मगअप कर लेना चाहिए, याद कर लेना चाहिए, विच इज नॉट पॉसिबल, बिकॉज हम लोगों ने अराउंड 10,000 प्लस टोटल, अगर आप प्रीवियस पेपर्स, यूजीसी पेपर्स
बिल्कुल।
सीरीज के लिए देखिएगा तो 10,000 प्लस क्वेश्चन है, एंड इट वाज रियली नॉट इजी टू लर्न एवरीथिंग। तो आपको क्या लगता है, प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चन करना कितना जरूरी है इन टर्म्स ऑफ
Practicing question, it's the
प्रैक्टिस?
key. I mean, it has the key to uh, crack the exam. It is the
हम्म।
key, because the question pattern is changed. It's multiple choice question. Without practicing question, you don't have any other means at your hand to practice everything about uh, any concept, because you cannot mug the concept and still you are not in the fight if you don't question. if you
Mhm.
don't solve the MCQs. So
Mhm.
it's, I mean, if I have to give a percentage of what the weightage should be of practicing questions, it's
Mhm.
approx 75%.
Mhm.
Because ultimately you have to answer the question in the form of MCQs. You
Mhm.
cannot let go of it.
Mhm.
And that's, yeah, you are right. If you cannot question, if you cannot solve those questions, then it's a precarious situation.
So in terms of preparing for the entrance examination, whenever you look at the text, so did you stick to the syllabus that was provided by CUET or did you go beyond the syllabus? So you did your
Um,
graduation in political. So you had some
yes.
idea ki what are the different topics which has not been covered in the syllabus. So what was your
Yes.
strategy?
For CUET, I would say I
Hmm.
did not budge from the syllabus too much, because you
Hmm.
see the syllabus itself. I mean, it covered everything I had read at graduation level except a few.
Hmm.
So you don't need to budge out of syllabus for them, and you
Hmm.
don't need to stick to a question or a problem or a concept that you don't understand and you are keeping, beating your head around that. You cannot do. You simply don't have time. I didn't have time to lose, so I didn't budge from the syllabus that was provided, and it quite had. It was really a large syllabus. It was not a small syllabus. I
Hmm.
didn't budge from it, and the strategy to retain what I was reading was, I mean, I had a background in political science that was good, but in political science, you don't. You think, I mean, you study for 6 semesters, and usually what happens is when you are in the 6th semester, you probably forget all the five that you have read. So
Hmm.
in that sense, but it clicks upon you. However you have read, it will click you. So yeah,
Hmm.
I didn't budge from the syllabus too much, and it was good because you don't have, strictly, if you don't have time, you have to stick to the point,
Hmm.
and that was that. I did the same.
So, Shivanji, we were talking with different students who come from different background and also they have studied from different universities or colleges. And one thing that we saw was that, CUET syllabus is a standard syllabus which mostly gets covered in all the universities. You being from
Yes.
Lucknow University, I was talking with someone from Delhi University or Utkal University in Odisha or even BHU. So I think it's a standard syllabus, and anyone who
Yeah.
has studied political science can manage.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
One of
Sure.
the differences is that, which you clearly pointed out, was in terms of evaluating yourself. Until and unless you don't challenge yourself in terms of solving questions, you might
Of
not
course.
be able to translate your learning into outcome, right?
Sure.
So when did
That's
you
it.
start practicing questions? Did you practice?
Questions. I. Yeah. Yeah. Please.
So my question is that, did you cover the entire syllabus, then you went for practicing questions, or you covered a particular, let's say, political theory, and then you started practicing questions of political theory? So what was your approach?
Actually, again, I would again thank you, because uh, the 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 module that you provided me, there were some questions that were specifically, I mean, they were organized in a part ways. I mean, the Indian administration were covered separately, international relation were covered separately. That would help me. But first of all, I mean, I did complete all the syllabus. Then after,
Mhm.
when I was in my revision phase, then I used to revise the topic and the topic that your module had for the MCQs of those topics. I did
Mhm.
them first. Then I went on to complete whole papers or solve them in a one go. Because
Mhm.
solving first, what I thought, I also tried to solve first of all them in one go. What was the problem? Because I didn't have revised them so much.
Mhm.
So the problem was, in one go when you are solving the paper, there are some concepts that would trouble you,
Mhm.
and then it will, I mean, demoralize you again, and you will think that what have I prepared? Because in the paper you are not having the weightage, equal weightage of your strong or small. So first of all, for confidence building, or just to get hold of what you have prepared, you have to do. I mean, you have to solve questions on specific parts. And again, I'd help you for that. I will thank you for that, because in your module it was clear, approx, I think it was 10 to 12 parts that would the syllabus was divided, and that really helped
Mhm.
me in my revision phase.
Mhm. And also, Shivam, you correctly pointed out that most of us start our preparation in the sixth semester, whereas by reaching sixth semester, we mostly forget what we have studied, let's say in third or fourth semester. Usually, in first semester, study a bit of political theory, and
Yeah,
it becomes very important. How do you cover everything that you have studied in last 2.5 years in single semester? Because for entrance examination, you'll have to study everything. So how did you
yeah.
manage that? How did you do that?
It also depends. You see, the first of all thing is the interest you have for your subject. If you
Mhm,
have that interest, you are going to stick to it. I mean, the political theory which you read in the first semester. I
mhm,
mean, those words don't go from the syllabus entirely. When you read political thought, you are going to tackle freedom, the
mhm,
concept of liberty, sovereignty. So those are connected. These links that connect from one semester to second to the third to fourth to fifth and sixth. These connected links, and on those you have to focus. Because if
mhm,
I find a word that's in my sixth semester, suppose a sovereignty, I have to search for it. And when you search that link, then you are connecting whole syllabus, and that's
mhm,
the key. You see, because these words, I mean, the words won't change. If you are in the sixth semester from Lucknow University or from Delhi University, the words
mhm,
are same, the concepts are same from immemorial. But you have to try that. You cannot skip it. The problem usually is that you skip the part. You are reading a thought, you read the thinker, but you then again skip what is he talking about. He's talking about liberty or democracy, but you forget that democracy that you read in first semester, but again you try to mug up the books of Plato. What is that? It's not good, because you can mug it up. That's good, you need to know that, but you also need to know that link that connects the syllabus.
mhm,
Yeah, so I usually got a hold of those clips, or those connecting links, and I used to search them up. And again, you see the reflection, because the layer of it has been done, and it will be in your mind. If you again don't brush it up, it's gonna go deep. So you have to brush it up somewhat. I mean, 1 to 2 times max, and it will click up. 101% it will click up.
mhm. So, Shivam in addition to that, how much is helpful by looking at the previous year question paper, that too for different universities? Because when we asked the student, did you cover this, did you cover that? Then most of the students said, no, sir, we want to go to JNU only. So why should I look for, let's say, Hyderabad University question, or why should I look at a BHU question? So do you think we must go and look at all the previous papers that are available? Because in MCQ, and you pointed out many a times that we must practice as many MCQs as we can. So do you think,
Yes.
irrespective of which university are we targeting, we must go and practice and look at
Yes.
the which the question papers are being framed?
Yeah, see, the first of all, you think you select a college or a university,
Mhm,
but in the end, what you have in your hand, the means you have in your hand is your subject, and that subject is being, I mean, the entrance for that subject is being taken from universities. Maybe the level
mhm,
is hard or easy, but
mhm,
you have to brush your means. You have to use the tools that you have. You have to attempt MCQs from various other universities. And
mhm,
I mean, it will be helpful to you. You cannot just skip DU because the standard is high on the relatively with the CUT syllabus or anything, or with the Jamia. You cannot try to just not use them,
mhm.
because the paper that is being set, the syllabus of is more or less same, but the
The same.
question that, yeah, the question level that changes, that what challenges you, and that's what motivates you to just go back and study again, or just what have you left behind, and that's very helpful.
Mhm. So, in keeping in tune with whatever you said, so when we were defining our test series, when we were developing our test series, we tried to be specific as per the university. And
Yeah.
when CUT was declared, we asked all the students to cover all the test series. It was not just a CUT test series, but then we asked all the students to go through Jamia test series also, to go through DU test series also, JNU test series also. Only
Yes.
reason, because the topics are the same, which you correctly said, only the difficulty level changes from university to university. So, do
Yes.
you think when we provided test series as per the university entrance pattern with varying difficulty levels, so that was helpful in terms of preparation and
Surely,
practicing
sure.
your preparation?
Surely it was very helpful. And I mean, if the questions don't challenge you, that
Mhm,
confidence is a false confidence.
mhm,
I mean, you are not going to get it all in your paper. That confidence is really a false confidence. And
mhm,
the I mean, the confidence which you will get by attempting the same topic or the same questions from various universities, the level that will go up and sometimes down. That confidence will really boost and will tell you how the concept is prepared in your mind, and that
mhm,
will help in the end on the day when you are going to do the paper, and that really helps. Yeah, it was I mean, it was good of you, or it was a good thought that you that was I mean, it was a good innovation, I would say, on your part to assemble all the question papers that were in other universities and get them in one place. That was really helpful. That uh, I mean, in terms of concepts and also in terms of the questions, the amount of questions you get to practice, it's
mhm,
phenomenal. And you can, I mean, it was one of the keys, as I have pointed out earlier. Just to
mhm,
crack it, you need MCQs, and from various universities, the better.
mhm. So, in the beginning, you also mentioned that you did practice test series provided by other people or institutions, and then you also attempted the
Yeah.
test that we provided. And you pointed out that test series that we provided was also helpful. So, how do you recommend? What was the important points that you saw in the test series provided by Exam Treasury that made you say that yes, the quality was good?
Yeah, the quality, actually, the questions, I mean, the conceptual questions and those parts in which you had divided them. It was,
Mm,
I mean, I would like to give an example. I wasn't preparing international relations from the books, because those get hectic later at this stage. So I was your question paper, the question paper you provided was divided in international relation part, and that part I used to go. I mean, again and again, I had practiced them approx to 6 to 7 times. I had practiced them because the concept that you had used in them. I mean, if I hadn't prepared them, I was getting prepared just by solving them. And I used to go and again I used to try them, and that really helped me in international relations part. And the
mm,
what why I'll recommend it. It is because the standard of question. You see, maybe those questions didn't come in university level, but yes, the level really was a challenging one. And it's not that if you don't, it's not that you are new to it. If you are new to it, yeah, it's good. It will help you. And if you are not, then it is, I mean, it's the key. Just to get everything in a perspective, you have to solve them. And finding exam treasuries, I would say it was a treasure to have find it. But yes, and those really helped us. And I was particularly very much amazed at the question, and it really helped me.
So, what would be your key suggestions to those students who are appearing for CUT next year? So, you had a problem where the pattern of the CUT, the difficulty level, the standard of position was
Yeah, yeah,
not working. So,
yeah,
those students who will be appearing next year now have somewhat at least 1 year paper to understand the
yeah.
pattern. So,
Yes.
what would be key suggestions?
My key suggestions would be, if you have a political science background, then please find those connecting links and stick to them. And if you are not, and this is for all, if you are not, study, I mean, before 3 to 4 months before the exam, you
Mhm,
have to sit down and you have to question everything. I mean, if you have made the decision to give the paper in this subject, then please start it from zero, and then you move on to complete it.
mhm,
This time it will be easier, since you don't have to go for the dilemma that we had to go, because the question pattern used to change and everything. This year you have a question pattern, and please stick to the syllabus. Do not go
mhm.
wandering about, since the books are numerous, the concepts are numerous. You will find yourself in between a swamp. You will be going down if you are wandering here and there. And in the last 2 months, I would say, please get hold of as many as MCQs you need. I mean, you as many as you can get, I would say. You have to sit down and and answer each and every of them. And just again, you have to, the concepts that are challenging you, you have to go back to them. And then again, you have to brush up them.
So, Shivamji, by going with your suggestion, one of the variations that we saw even in CUET 2022 paper was in terms of difficulty level. All the topics were not difficult, but then the
Yeah.
topics which were asked from Indian polity, one thing was that the number of questions were more as compared to other topics, and some of the questions were really difficult. Now,
Yes.
many of the students they said to me when they were talking was that when they attempted the papers of the cases that we provided for political science, where the difficulty of the questions were relatively higher, even in case for Indian polity, so that practice helped them to crack or say correctly attempt the question paper. So one thing that
Yes.
we also thought of retaining that aspect is that in some of the papers we'll be increasing the difficulty level of one or two topics. And one thing that
Yeah.
we are also going to do is that prepare a test series separately with difficulty level 1, which will be moderate, and then a difficulty level 2. So that if there is some amount of uncertainty given by CUT in terms of difficulty, students can still manage that. So do you think we must
Yeah.
retain the difficulty level of the questions?
Yes, you must, because I mean, it will be unexpected. The paper will be unexpected in the in amount of difficulty that it will give, and if you are prepared for the difficult ones, the easy ones are just, I mean, just on your plate. You are going to attempt them, and you will succeed. But if you are preparing just for the easy one, the difficult one will heavily trouble you. And it's not that those questions will not affect the other aspects of your paper. Those are going to, if you are stuck on one difficult question, you are going to lose time for, I mean, I would say for 6 to 7 easy questions. And that would really
Mhm.
help if you are prepared for various difficulty level that you are going to provide, and that's very good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So now you are going to start your UPSC preparation, or you will be first completing your IRM and then you will start.
Well, I would first of all, I would like to continue with IRAM, and the new, I mean the new aura which I will get from that university or that campus. I would like to just first of all soak into it or get
Mhm.
into it, and then yes,
Mhm.
I will definitely try my UPSC preparation side.
Okay. So, Shivamji, thanks for your time and speaking to us. I hope that the suggestions
Thank you for having.
that you have shared will be helpful for the students who are going to prepare for next year NTE examination.
Well, I'd
Uh,
be glad. Thank you.
from Exam Treasury, we wish you all the best for all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.